are you doing? Hello, good morning, everyone. What a weird, this feels weird. Anyway, I don't know, this feels like fucking Mr. Rogers setup or something. Won't you be my neighbor? Anyway, rocking my Costco jumpsuit. What? So cozy and so warm, and I'm so excited. Anyway, you guys, I was thinking, I wanted to share with you really quickly, because I feel like I share everything, but sometimes I know that it looks like, I don't ever want it to look like a highlight reel, okay? So that's definitely never the idea, because it's not perfect. Nothing's perfect, right? Nothing here is perfect. What's on your foot? You know, my dogs act crazy. I have bad days. Good morning, Ryan. I have bad days. I have good days. I have whatever, different bouts of depression and anxiety over weird shit that doesn't make sense, and all of those kinds of things. Should we turn it so everyone can see you? Things go wrong in business, things go right in business. Like, everything isn't perfect. So it's not all just wins. And so I think something that's, to be fully transparent, something that I've not done a lot of is I do share, hey, this works for me, right? Like, hey, I tried this thing, I had this problem, I tried this method, or I tried this thing and it worked for me. So here's what you can do for it to help you. But I don't tell you a whole lot of the wins as much as I would like to or should, because I don't want to ever have it feel negative. And that's silly. That doesn't make any sense at all. So what I wanted to describe is nobody that you see online, nobody that you follow or that you see winning has only wins. The difference is the focus point, right? So the focus point changes. And it's not that there's only wins. It's that those are the places that people that are winning or that are choosing, that's where they put their focus. So everything, no. Puppy trying to eat all of my belongings. Stop it. No. She's like, oh God. Anyway. So when people focus more on that, so that sounds and feels bigger, right? That doesn't mean that hard things don't happen and that it's all perfect and that it just flows perfectly, because it's not true. It's not true for anyone. And with that being said, that's where the change lies. When I talk a lot about mindfulness and what you pay attention to and the choices that you make, that's really what I get at. It's not oh, you just choose to pretend like nothing bad ever happens. It's just that it doesn't feel so, even when horrific things happen, you still are moving forward and your focus is always on the action forward. And that makes it not as big of a fucking deal, even when things are a really big deal, if that makes any sense. So I just wanted to share that, right? And because when you do that, when you realize that not everything's a win, but then you appreciate those wins in such a bigger, more impactful way, and they become more impactful, and they become more, well, come on. They become more impactful, and they become more regular. You get them more often, right? More consistent. Whenever this dog does not stop jumping on and off of this damn chair, I'm gonna lose my mind. It's been going on for an hour. I'm pick one, up or down, kids. Anyways, so when you choose that, right, the wins just feel bigger, the wins feel better, the wins feel more, and the wins feel like that's the place I want to be. And one of the things that you'll learn, and I'm going to try to share more with you guys about this, is that getting into that energy and really getting comfortable and familiar with that energy is how you create more of it. And that's how you anchor that in. I'm teaching my clients, my private clients right now, how to really anchor into their bodies the things that they desire, so that it feels like it's there already. So it feels like that's a part of who they are. So it becomes their reality versus just an idea or something they're striving for. Instead, it's it is part of who they are and what they're being, And so that's part of the piece of it's not all wins, but damn, those fucking wins are pretty good, right? I was sitting there reflecting upon a couple of my clients as we're going through this time of year, right? We go through all their numbers from last year. We're kind of looking at what goals we reached and what goals we didn't and whatever. And the truth of the matter is that they reached their goals and exceeded them. And I'm just so incredibly humbled by being able to be a part of what they're creating. And I probably need to tell you guys about it a little bit, because it's pretty, it's just great inspiration and great testaments to what you can create with certain types of focus, you know? So like one of my clients in particular, like I could brag on him literally all day, because the day that we met in person was, excuse me, ma'am, no, this is not what we do. No. The day that we met was at an event, and I was paired up with him. I was speaking at the event, and they were short a person, and I was paired up with him. So we did this exercise together, and in that exercise, he was telling me about this idea that he had. He was sick of the industry he was in. He was tired of traveling all the time, and he had this idea of this shop that he wanted to start. And I was like, man, that's amazing. Like, and I gave him some advice and some encouragement and like how to get started and, you know, what to do and whatever. And he ended up actually joining a group that I had. He joined this incubator I had. And then after the incubator, and he started getting his head right in the right spot, right? And his focus in the right spot after the incubator. So we've been working together ever since. And he just exceeded like $650,000 in sales last year, right? Like he's increased over 250,000 in sales every year since he started the company. And it's just like fucking crazy. And it's just, he's not doing anything extravagant, right? He's just keeping his head down. He's doing the work. He's paying attention. He's doing the parts that matter and what's necessary, right? Like that's what he's doing. And it's just really fucking humbling to have watched it be literally a budding idea and then turn into this company that now like the goal for 22 is 850,000 in sales. And so like our goal right now is, because not only first he was renting a space, a small space, and it was just him. And now he's got 4 full-time employees. He owns his own building. We just expanded and to get more parking space, whatever. And like now the goal is, we've built all of this stuff. We've built the infrastructure. We've built the things. And now let's get really fucking efficient so we can make even more money with what we already have. And it's just so cool, right? It's just really cool to see somebody, again, and he's not flashing anything all over the internet. He's not trying to be extravagant in any way. He's just doing the stuff. Like he does the stuff we talk about and it fucking works. And he's committed to making it work. And it works. Everything from the doubts to the wins, right? Like on everything in between. That's where I mean, like, there are hard times. There are times where it's like, how the fuck am I going to make payroll? I don't know. Shit. Or like really slow weeks, and that weeks can turn into weeks. And then we were able to look at market trends and say, okay, what do we think is going to change here? And it's like, as soon as it gets really cold, we'll get busy again, because people's shit starts to break when it's cold. Let's just be real. And so it started to get really cold, and that's what happened. Everybody started coming in again, and it went up, and he's back to normal, right? But like, I wanted to just share that because in those moments where you're like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills, because that fucking happens when you run a company. Like that's a part of the game. I don't care how much money you're making. You have to pay attention to that shit, right? There are days and times as you're building that happens. And the moment you take your eye off of it is the moment you go back into that place of, fuck, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills, right? And so anyway, I've just watched that happen historically with people. But when you pay attention in your building, those lows, yeah, they exist, and yeah, they're hard, and yeah, they stress you out, but those fucking wins make it all worth it. So I really, really wanted to explain that. And it's just like, man, there's just such the space to build stuff, build whatever it is that you're wanting, if you're committed to freaking giving it the time and attention that it needs. Like, this shit doesn't happen overnight. That's one of the things I hate the most about the people on the internet, is they make it look like this just like transformed into this miraculously huge thing over fucking night. And it's like, dude, that's not how it works for 99.9% of people. You know, you want something and you keep at it, and you strive for it, and you focus differently, and you bob and weave when you need to, and you man up when it's hard as fuck. Like, it's what you do. And it turns into it can turn into a really cool thing if you stick to it. You know, like, I'm living proof of that, but me telling you about me, again, everyone's like, yeah, Jamie, but that's nice for you. But and this is like a brick and mortar company I'm talking about, and I could tell you 5 other stories or more that are in similar type things. But I just wanted to share that with you. Like, so you're looking around at people who are having big wins, and it's like, yeah, it's because they stick through to get to those wins, right? Like, and they know that they don't come by themselves, unfortunately, just because life happens, right? Not every day is perfect. I don't believe that you have to struggle. I don't believe that. I don't believe you have to struggle to win. But do I believe that there are times that we struggle? Absolutely. Because you're human and life is happening in the world that we live in, especially right now, is not simple. It's just not. Will, it helps to have someone keep you on track and focused. It's easy to get lost and feel defeated. Thank you for saying that. You're right. It is. That's, I mean, same thing for me. Like, it's really easy, very easy to get lost and feel defeated. So having somebody bring you back and be like, hey, look at all the things that are happening. Look at all the good stuff. Now, what else do we need to do? Have that conversation, make that phone call, do that thing. Like, all of that stuff it's key, you know, really. So yes, thank you for saying that. All right, guys. Well, that was my little morning share today. I'm sitting in my cozy chair and Mia gave up on me. She's sleeping over there. So I'm going to do a little bit of morning reading and get ready for the day. Have an amazing, or get ready to, like, basically, when I say for the day, move from this chair to the chair behind my computer. So that's what I mean by that. But you guys go out into the world, do good things, be good humans, and enjoy the rest of your day. As always, if you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it over to someone if you think they can benefit from it. Thank you.